What's Coogee, everybody? Welcome back to the Holla Ji podcast. Holla Ji podcast. Holla Ji podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 10 of Holla Ji podcast. We in the double digits. What? We in the double digits. What? How is everybody doing today? Hello, my people on YouTube. Hello, my people on my all streaming listening platforms. I am Jiayre, and this is my podcast. Where's my towel, though? I'm sweating. Oh my gosh, my towel. Oh, there it goes. Okay, never mind. Found it. But, welcome to episode 10. So before we really get into this, let me get all the credentials out the way. All my social media links are in the description box below for my YouTube viewers. But my social medias are literally all the same. Is Mr. with 2 R's _expressions. That's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, I believe. I believe it's TikTok. And yeah. So, I don't want to get lost in. I got a haircut too, so I'm very happy. So I can actually reveal my hair a little bit. Even though, at the time I'm filming this, it's very cold out. It's still the winter time in January. And I go and I was like, "Ooh, Lord, there's a breeze on my hair." And I realized I cut my hair today. So I'm happy I grabbed a hat because I was going to need that. And basically, yeah, I look good and I look very much sexadicious, okay? But, guys, make sure you grab your water because I have mine. Make sure you get relaxed. Make sure that if you're driving, make sure you are safe. Make sure if I make you laugh, make sure that your wheels are at 10 and 2, okay? So this is actually going to be a little bit, a little eye-opening episode. I'm going to be doing a little bit of arts and crafts here. I'm actually going to be making some runes, actually. So basically, runes are like another source of divination for a lot of people. And so if you look at the title, we would definitely be talking about a lot of these topics when it comes to, spirituality and connecting. And I'm connecting with your higher power, what you consider to be higher power. Because a lot of people follow God. A lot of people follow Buddha. A lot of people follow the universe. A lot of people follow spirit, which you can say they're all the same thing, but celebrated and understood differently. Even though a lot are tied together in some religions and some faiths and just to some people. And so the first topic I guess I want to do is talk about minds. Wow. Don't mind me. I'm just literally just going to be writing stuff on here and creating these while I talk to y'all. It's just, I'm getting my mind worked at. I like arts and crafts, okay? I really do. And so my spiritual journey really, I said this at the first episode of this podcast. And I said that my spiritual journey actually started not too long ago. I want to say it started like 2 years ago when I discovered tarot as a divination tool. So how I discovered like tarot and how I discovered how I wanted to, find my faith in God a little differently, because I didn't want to... what's the word I want to use? I didn't want to offend anybody when it came to my faith. I mean, I really haven't told anybody because I believe my faith is my my business. And so I really don't do it the way, my family does. I really don't do it the way a lot of people would think that I should, but I do it my own way. And I think the way that I'm doing it is very, very powerful. I think it's very, very connecting with me. And I don't find it to be too forceful. I don't find it to be too much for me. I find it just right without connecting it like people think I should connect with God. I don't want to shake nobody's shake. I said I don't want to shake nobody's shake. I don't want to burn nobody's shake. I want to get this out because I know a lot of people may struggle to find their right connection, their right religion. Because some people aren't Christians. Some people leave Christianity and some people go to another, and some people don't even find another faith. They just stay spiritually connected, which you can stay spiritually connected without being a religion. Don't get me wrong. Having your spiritual connection does not have to do with your religion. A religion is actually human made. A religion is actually a way that someone's created to say, this is how you connect with this. When all you really have to do is believe and connect. Like there's not really anything special you really have to do. So I just want to say, like, if you are struggling and you are trying to find the middle and you are trying to find this and that, do not force yourself to be comfortable in an uncomfortable position. I really hope that makes sense, because a lot of people, I'm just going to say it because this podcast is supposed to be real. This podcast is supposed to be honest. This podcast is supposed to be a safe space. So it is going to be a safe space. A lot of people are, from my personal experiences, and what I've witnessed, especially being around Christianity, it is very much a peer pressure. And I'm saying, it because it is so, it's so much pressure trying to be a good Christian. It's so much pressure when Christians are trying to bring people into God. And I'm about to put air quotes, because the way that a lot of Christians, well, basically all of them that I've witnessed, basically all of them, they use fear. It's in a way of manipulation. But don't get me wrong. I understand there's a lot of people. I'm going to say a lot because I know some of them do not. I know a lot of Christians that I know have good intentions behind it, but they are unaware that they are trying to manipulate people into coming into their faith. And that is such it is such a touchy subject, because a lot of people will be like, oh, you do this, then why? No. You do da. And I want to put it out there because because constantly, Christians do not understand how traumatizing it is, especially when they start at a young age and they start manipulating their own kids and their children that come to the church, their children outside the church, children that don't want to be in the church. And it's scary, because a lot of people don't know how much they're traumatizing their kids, and they don't realize how much that trauma led from their childhood and now is going on passing this to generation and this generation and this generation. And it's an endless cycle. And I wish that a lot of people would let people live in the faith that they want, in the way that they want to. If they don't believe in God, they don't believe in God. If they don't want to come to the church, but they believe in God, let them do that. And they always and the reason why the manipulation and the trauma, because they always wants to force the Bible in the situation. Personally, and I'm gonna say it because I don't care. Actually, you know what? I'm grown. I'm a grown ass man, so I'm gonna say it. I don't believe in half that Bible. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I discovered when the Bible was translated, rewritten, and older white man that didn't believe in women's rights, didn't believe in integration, didn't believe in minorities' rights, didn't believe that you could be yourself, didn't believe that everyone is true to themselves, didn't believe that white, pale people weren't the only superior people. No, these are rich people back in the day was conquering, had slaves, etc. They did not care for human rights but their own. And so the fact is, I know that people die, so I already know those people is burning in hell for putting words in God's mouth that wasn't even there to begin with. But then Christians nowadays just take that word and just keep on running without even thinking. And it's so funny because it's a manipulation from the people who rewrote the Bible to now. And I don't blame the people now, even though, yes, it does make me a little mad. 'Cause I'm sitting here like, do y'all study this Bible, but y'all don't study where it's rooted from? Like, I understand when you're in school and you have a textbook, you do not start from where that book is, where you don't start where that book was at. You just read it. But I know some of those scriptures, and I know some of the wording, and I know some of the phrases and how the story goes. I know some of those sound weird, and you have to interpret it yourself to try to express what God was trying to do in the Bible. And I understand the Bible is basically the hand manual to how to be like God, how to get to God in the end once this lifetime is over. If you believe in reincarnation, I'm gonna say that. If you believe in reincarnation, that was for that. But once your lifespan is done. But I just don't believe in everything in the Bible. Now, does some of the stuff in the Bible make sense? Absolutely. Some of them doesn't. And for me being an African American Black man, this actually is a trauma from generations of my ancestors who were in slavery. Because a lot of people don't know that religion was actually a way to manipulate slaves into acting right. And it's so funny because my brother was just watching that slave movie that Will Smith was in. I don't know the movie's name. I need to look it up. But he was watching that movie, and I remember there was a scene where Will literally lifted his hands up to God because he wanted to escape. And so I sat there, was like, that makes so much sense because the movies even portray this. The movies even make sense and it's true, but they don't see that. And again, I am not saying all that's in the Bible is not true. I'm not saying that because I believe in some of those stories are true. I believe that they interpreted it correctly, but a lot of those words were put into God's mouth. A lot of those words were put into his followers in the Bible. A lot of those words were rewritten to oppress the people that they targeted. And that's just, and a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people just go with it. But a lot of Christians who read the Bible understand that. And so they don't take everything in the Bible verbatim. They take what is true and they take what is love. Because Christians can be hypocrites when they say they want to spread love through the Bible when they're actually spreading hatred, bringing up all these flaws, bringing up shunning these people and just throwing stones when they don't have, oh my God, sorry, I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated. Okay. Oh, wee. Okay. But yeah, I guess growing up around it and then you branch off by yourself. I go to college and I start hanging out and being around like-minded people, but people who have gifts and people who have understandings and people that really enlightened me, had me really motivated to do the research and just be like, so y'all believing this? Because I forgot when the Bible was rewritten. I don't actually care. But when I know it was years back before I was born, before my parents were born, actually before my grandparents were actually even born. Just way back when all the rights we have now didn't even was thought of. And so I guess that part of the spiritual, I got real passionate and real frustrated. So I apologize for that. And I apologize if I offended anybody who is Christian. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to say the way that you're spiritually connected with God is wrong. I'm just saying, pay attention to what they're trying to teach you and pay attention to how the Bible is trying to teach you, because all those things weren't what God said. And all my people that don't believe in God and they're more like a universe peoples, they're more like spirit people, I don't condone it. I just had to say this, especially with my experience around Christianity, my family being Christians and all that. So, I guess that was a rant that I had to get off my chest for a long time. And I've really, honestly, I feel 10 pounds light. Even though I have been losing weight. have been losing that pounds. But that made me feel so good. That made me feel so good to say what I just said. So, if I think I have to say something else, then I will come back to it. I doubt it. I don't think I do have to say anything else. But yeah, so let's get to the other topic about spirituality. If you are on YouTube and you have your own opinions about like the Bible, Christianity, and all that, just please leave a comment in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback on things. I would love to hear your experiences and what you understand and how you believe. Do you believe all the things in the Bible are true, or do you believe the same thing that I do, that Bible was rewritten to oppress and to sustain and control? So I'm gonna leave it there. Let's talk about soulmates and twin flames. Period. Pooh. I just wanted to get something a little light, a little bit fun off of that topic. But let's talk about soulmates and twin flames. Excuse me. So I want to talk about twin flames first, because a lot of people really don't meet their twin flames half the time, and lucky for y'all. I say that because a lot of people misunderstood twin flames. And a lot of people are honestly scared of twin flames. I honestly don't think you should be scared of your twin flame, even though being with your twin flame will be hell. I say that because I was with mine. I discovered mine about, I want to say 2 years ago. When did we stop? I'm trying to figure out, when did we stop communicating? And I want to say it was a year or two ago, 1 or 2 years, where I was just like, you know what? We can be friends. We can do this. And it's so funny because I remember when I was talking to them and I was like, well, let me get your number so I can still keep in contact. And I remember I was going through my contacts about a year ago and I'm like, I don't even talk to this person. They know my socials. They know my Snap. They know my Instagram. So I remember I just deleted the number. And I don't remember ever texting them. So I don't think they even have my number. But a twin flame is someone it's so, so your soul your soul is split up in two. Your soul is split up in two. You keep one half and your other half goes to someone else. And basically, to bring those souls back together, you must meet and interact with your person. Meet with that person. This person can be your friend. This person can be romantic, even though 9 times out of 10, they are romantic. But I know some that are platonic, and to say it lightly, when this person comes back, because when you meet this person, interact with this person, then you start bonding with this person, your life starts to change. Oh my gosh, I did not know that fell down. Your life starts to change in a way that is chaotic, confusing, frustrating, and chaotic. Because it's like a magnet when you finally meet this person. When you finally meet this person, when you finally interact with this person, it is just a back and forth type of energy. Now, don't get me wrong. For my people who have romantic twin flames, you guys can definitely make it work. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't, because that person is supposed to come in to show you something. And that's really what twin flames are supposed to do. Twin flames are supposed to enter your life to show you who you really are. And then your path to more self-discovery is always after. We're always on a self-discovery journey. But I do want to tell people that when you meet your twin flame, you start really thinking about, what the hell am I? Who the hell am I? Am I this? Am I that? Do I want to do this? Do I want to, you start really questioning everything about yourself and really questioning, do I really know me? For example, I guess with me, my personal experience, especially with my twin flame and I really, I want to say it was 2017. I literally just graduated high school. The summer of 2017 is really when we started to really be around each other, really connect, really be on a whole different level. And that's when I was attached, especially because it was romantic. I won't lie. It was really romantic. It was actually sexual at the same time. And so that person really opened my eyes to something that I thought I wanted was something I did want. But one of the lessons that I learned from being with them was that what they were providing was not what I wanted in love. And as much as that hurt me for years, and I was actually in denial, I won't cap. I was actually in denial. But there was one day that it just hit me like, I just can't do this. And I want to say it was 2017. It had to be, we had to be going back and forth for like 4 years. Was it 4 years? Wait. It was, because we really just stopped like talking. We not cut each other off. We didn't cut each other off. We was just, they weren't on social media like that no more. And I just wasn't pressing them. It was 2021, because I think it was the summer of 2021, and I was about to go back for my last semester in the fall. Yeah, so it was 4 years. Some of them can be longer. Your twin flame journey can last longer. Mine's lasted 4 years. By the time I turned 18? No, I was 19. Yeah, because I was 18 senior year. So the time I turned 19 all the way to the time I turned 23, because I'm 24 now. Yeah, that's when I was messing with that person. And I was so stressed. And every time, and it was literally like a moth to a flame, just getting ready to burn itself. Just getting ready to like just swoon. No pun intended, by the way. I did not mean to say that. It wasn't a pun. But like, I feel like we were attracting each other and actually realizing a lot. And I think that they realized theirs before I did. Just by the way their presence was on social media, how they weren't really active as they used to. And I think that's what happened. But then when I opened up my eyes, of course, being the Cancer I am, being the emotional charged person I am, wanting to know how that person really felt about me, because there was always a part of me that loved that person. Regardless of them literally like dangling a piece of meat and literally like baiting me into coming back, and then I fall for it all over again, and then I stand my ground, they act like this, and then I end up apologizing. It was, Lord have mercy. All of this love is toxic. All them kisses and hugging, not shit. Oh, you a damn drug, you're toxic. Like, man, problematic. What she say? You know that dick always been problematic. Or that pussy, like, you know, dramatics, always doing acrobatic. Like, okay, Lonnie knew what she was doing when she wrote that song. I did not think about that. I gotta listen to that after this. But back to that journey. Again, that journey is really supposed to teach you who you really are. It was supposed to show you, because now the flames are literally together again, inside you spiritually, of course. That flame is back to being whole. So now that after that journey it's so funny, because then after that journey, I started making music again. I started making music more. I started literally thinking about my podcast. I started thinking about where I wanted to go when I moved out of my parents' house. I was starting to think about how I wanted to be branded. As much as I thought about that before, I took it as a joke. And I'm going to be honest with that. I took it as a joke because I wanted that quick fame. And then I finally realized that because I had an episode that quick fame will get you quickly forgotten, something like that. And I realized I wanted that longevity. And I knew it took work, and now I have to put in the work. And it's really, I'm meant to be more. That's what that journey taught me. I'm meant to be more than rely on someone. You know, yes, I do have codependent tendencies. Honestly, who doesn't, who Who doesn't have codependent tendencies? It's especially when it comes to romance, especially when it comes to someone expressing themselves, especially when it comes to just feeling something. You want to have that feeling a lot. You want to have that feeling all the time. And that's why we tie ourselves to the wrong people, especially with toxic love. It's just ironic that my twin flame was a toxic love situation. So couldn't be helped. So let me move on. I hope that was enough. If you want to look up some more about twin flames, it's on Google, but that's my understanding and how I really got to where I am about my journey. So before we go on break, because I will be going on break pretty soon, because I'm at 25 minutes and it's pretty good. I've been really in my bag when it comes to information. Trying to think, anything else I want to say about twin flames? I guess that, again, that was my experience. Some of you guys could have had yours, and it may resonate, because everybody may or may not go through a twin flame journey. And if you do, you're going to make it through, baby. Okay. You're going to make it through. Pray. Just get through it. If you haven't, you lucky. Almost cussed. You lucky person. I'm really trying to think of my words. I don't want to cuss. And so, yeah. And so that's what I really want to say about twin flames. So let's go to soulmates, because everyone has multiple soulmates in this world. As for twin flames, I do want to say this. We only get one twin flame. Everybody has one twin flame. Everybody has one person that will trigger them. And that's basically a twin flame. Really trigger you, really identifying a big trigger that's supposed to be identified. Like what will trigger you in that situation. And so soulmates are on a lighter note. Soulmates are souls that you have known for lifetimes. It is believed that we are reincarnated in different bodies every time our vessel passes and our soul goes to different entity, body, soul, or whatever. So we have multiple soulmates. We have multiple, I want to say we have one romantic soulmate, or we could have multiple romantic soulmates, but I know we have multiple soulmates as in romantic, platonic, even familiar, even family can be soulmates. And it's fun when you start discovering people who are on that different wavelength, who are on that different but similar wavelength. Like when you're around them, it's like y'all already know each other for lifetimes when really you have. You start bonding with them people quickly. You start bonding with those people on a whole different level, even when you literally just met this person yesterday. It's like you want to keep getting to know them, but at the same time, you already kind of do. And so it's very amazing, because a lot of times we meet our soulmates. We don't meet all of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. We do not meet all of them. We probably meet like a handful of them. The numbers vary depending on you, but the numbers very much vary with that. Usually, I'm gonna say at least we meet at least 3 to 4. Sometimes more. Depends. Like I said, depending on where you are, depending on who you are, depending on if they reach out and this, that, and the fifth. We usually have the many soulmates that we can always connect to, that we can always find that best friend energy without even being considered a best friend. Excuse me while I cough. Shoot. Oh, I'm going to cut that out in the audio, I think. Should I? I'll listen back. But I want to say this as well, especially when it comes to romantic soulmates. We do not, I'm going to say this loud, we do not always end up marrying our soulmates. As much as it like, oh, I want to marry my soulmate though. Yes, everybody does. Everybody wants to marry that person that they're meant to be with in this lifetime. But sometimes we don't end up or marrying our soulmates. Sometimes we end up with them, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. Some things happen, but it happens for a reason. And I believe everything. I believe there's no coincidences. I really don't. Things are meant to happen for a reason. If this number keeps popping up for a reason, and I can tell you there's a lot of angel numbers that have been repeating and that I've been seeing for the last couple days, actually. I don't believe in coincidences. That poster that you looking for a job, and that poster that just like you literally just drove by without noticing before, and you drove past it about 11 times. It's a sign. I believe in signs. I believe in synchronicities. I just believe in what God, what spirit, what the universe is presenting. And so you cannot, if you see the signs, please stop rejecting it. Please stop ignoring it. Please stop just thinking that, oh, it's a coincidence. It's not supposed to be there. Stop. It's supposed to be there. And so, believe that. Now back to the soulmate talk. We will have multiple soulmates. You will meet a lot of friends, platonic soulmates that are meant to be around for a long, long time. And that is just because on this earth, you have to connect. And sometimes you even create new soulmates without even knowing it. It depends on how the bonds are. And then next thing you know, you just start connecting deeply and deeply. And the next thing you know, that person has become a soulmate, and they replace an old soulmate that you will actually never meet. So what they do is the souls will resonate more. This is a spiritual talk, so I'm glad. I just wanted to do something different, and I think I'm going to do more spiritual talks, but I actually have spiritual specialists on this podcast. I have one in mind. I cannot wait. But especially with the souls start resonating, that's when they become new soulmates. And sometimes you add soulmates to that list as well, doing the exact same thing. So if you feel like a friend of yours is your soulmate, they most likely are, but don't be throwing that word around, okay? This is what I can't stand about people throwing that soulmate word around. Everybody ain't your soulmates. Everybody ain't your twin flames. So stop throwing this word around. Keep it to yourself, okay? Let me just say this. Keep it to yourself. If you're like, these are my soulmates, don't tell nobody. Because let me tell you something about the evil eye. Motherfuckers get so jealous and love to wish bad on you. Protect yourself. Do not let the right hand know what the left is doing. I'm on my Maya Angelou, by the way. I forgot what else I was going to say. Dang it. As soon as I say her name, she said, nope, you will not do that. But, back to what I was saying about it. And I'm gonna say this right now, you will only meet your soulmate if you put yourself out there. And that's taking it from me as a low-key introvert, but with the panoramic happening, I don't really go out like I do, even though I do go out, but I do go out with my best friend. So just to have a good time, just to get out the house. But there's nothing wrong with being an introvert. Sometimes sometimes the people that you're meant to be with are your soulmates, and some people are just meant to be your friends to fill that void, but not be your soulmates. Okay, so I know that part of the section was very quick, but I did want to get that out that we do have multiple soulmates on this earth. Sometimes we don't meet them all. If you have met them all, you must have been traveling. Because sometimes in the positions that we are, we do not meet all of them. And sometimes, like for my famous folks and for the future famous people, okay, hashtag me. For the future famous people whose fame is building up, for the famous people now who are being on TV and people are watching them, they are actually attracting. Their soulmates are actually looking at them, connecting with them, but they just don't know. They just don't know them personally. Sometimes you won't even know, you know? But if you do know, get a hold of them. Talk to them. Connect with them. And sometimes platonic soulmates aren't meant to be in your life forever. Soulmates are here, honestly, for me personally, I believe they are here to teach us. Excuse me. And they're supposed to show us a side of us that we're either neglecting, that we show a little bit love to, and now it's time to show some more love to, or introduce us to something brand new. And that's just what my spiritual connection, especially when you're trying to find your soul tribe, a group of people that you just relate to and that you can just call family without even being blood. that soul tribe that you connect on a more spiritual level, that you can literally have like spiritual talks and not be judged about it, where you can like have a lot of similar things, but love it in different ways. And so there's a lot to this spiritual thing, and connecting on a spiritual level and connecting with others spiritually and on a higher level is such a beautiful thing if you open up. With love and joy being the top two frequencies, you just have to accept it. And so I'm already at the 35 minutes mark. So let me just go to this business ad, business shout out. And so, girl, if you want to hook me up with a discount code, let's make some money together. So if you guys want to get that dream body, if you guys want to lose weight, let me give you this business shout outs for one of my college friends, Ziya's Herbalife business workout. Let me just play it. Get your life, y'all. I'll be back. This isn't sponsored, but I mean, you could sponsor me, but this is a business shout out. Do you want to get the body that you want? Go to My Herbalife, okay? By Jiayre Williams. All you gotta do is fill out your name, your last name, put your number, your email address, and it will take you to the website where you can start your wellness goals. And that is such a great thing, because what you're gonna do is basically just fill out the information. What's your gender? What's your age? What's your weight, your height, and your targeted weight goals, and they will put you on a scheduled, I want to say diet, but they could be on protein, whatever suits you to get to your ideal weight. And they will give you recommended items, the prices. You can even get in touch with a coordinator to suggest some things, especially what you're trying to prioritize, how many meals you eat a day, and also how many drinks or glasses of water you take. How moderate you exercise, how many days, and even you can even elevate it if you want to. It's such a good thing, because then it gives you the results on how much you need, gives you even recipes of lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Look at those prices. You can't beat them now. And then go to Warren, Ohio. If you happen to be in Warren, Ohio, go to the nutrient store. Yeah, she opened it, giving you shakes, giving you waffles. Look at how good the waffles is. Look at that. What, that tea? Look, Stranger Things Mega Tea. Look at them young customers. All ages are welcome, okay? And just look at it. Just go ahead and follow them. Go ahead and follow Jiayre Williams, the owner of this beautiful Instagram. Ooh, they look good. Parfaits. They also have events like boxing, yoga. So go ahead and get you some, honey, because you'll never want to miss it. And we back, yeah. And we back, and we back, and we back. And we back, and we back. We back, and we back, and we back, and we're back. So, we left off on that note. I forgot where I was gonna go with this, but I guess we're just going to. I was like, should we talk about my spiritual journey some more? But I don't think we should. I talked about I didn't, quote unquote, didn't talk about my spiritual journey enough, in my opinion. But I think we're going to save that more for another episode. I do want to say, now that I'm thinking about this, I do want to say how Hollywood has really turned a lot of cultures into jokes. For example, a lot of the witchcraft that has been shunned by a lot of religions, especially when it comes to divination, especially when it comes to, for example, like the runes I'm doing, like this is technically witchcraft, quote unquote. But I want to say how Hollywood just has turned a lot of the spiritual practices that has been on us or has been around for years upon years or decades and decades and decades and decades. And it just turned it into darkness. And they turned it into a way that people have scared. a lot of people are scared of a lot of divination because of Hollywood. Because they believe that they're going to be possessed, or their spirits are going to come, and haunt them, or this, that, and the fifth, and they're going to be burned by the stake and do this, that, and the fifth, and it's just darkness. Just people really do know how to ruin a helpful thing for a lot of people. A lot of people use this to help people who want help, who are afraid to do it themselves, or they feel like they can't do it themselves for a lot of reasons. Anybody can do this. If you can read a Bible, you can do this. I said what I said. Take it how you want to. I didn't study. And so, actually, I want to redo that one. I didn't study, okay? I didn't study. And so, actually, I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I thought I wanted to redo it, but if I have more, I'll redo it. But I didn't study. It's not everyone has to be into it. And I'm going to say that again. Not everyone has to be into like runes, tarot cards, oracle cards. Not everyone has to be into like that part of spirituality. But I hate when people look down upon it because it's not what they're doing, or it's not what they're used to, or it's not the way that they thought it was going to be. And so let me just shut myself away because of this, that, and the fifth. Why don't we just let people be people? And I think that's just how society is. Like, they don't let people just be people, and they just and judgment is the way of getting your feelings across without feeling bad for some odd reason. I don't get it. I would never get it. It's just like this world is so evil for no reason. And it passes down to generation. If you're evil and wicked in many ways, judging people, your children would be judgment. Even though 9 times out of 10, your child will see through your BS and see through your generational trauma and see through and like break a lot of generational curses, which I believe each generation of a family should break a generational curse. Something that has been passed down, a lot of trauma, a lot of things that have been holding the family back. Because you just gotta see the flaw in how your family views things. Will that make you the black sheep of the family? Not exactly. Yes, you will feel like you don't belong. I understand that feeling so much. I really don't. Sometimes I don't feel like I belong in my family just because I view a lot of things different. And then like when I bring my views up, I always get like this look, what's that got to do with anything? Like, really? Like, why do you think like that? And it's just like, because I view it so differently. I view life so differently from the generations that came before me. Why do I feel like the Avatar? These are the avatars that have come before you. Like, where was I at? I forgot where I was at. But like, I view a lot of things differently, and that's why I really don't say my point of view anymore. I don't really say my points of view anymore. So I just let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. What? Singing words of wisdom, let it be. Oh. Anyway, come on, Beatles. But sometimes you can't really bring people on your side when it comes to your spirituality. This is I feel like where a lot of Christians go wrong. They don't see, they don't take no for an answer when it comes to like, bringing people into Christ. And they always think like, when you're ready, come to the church, come here, you can talk to me. But like, a lot of people are never going to be ready because they don't want to follow the way that you do. You know what I mean? They don't want to follow that way. And there's nothing wrong with being, very, what's the word? Not giving up, something like, is it not giving up? I don't want to just say not giving up. That sounds lazy. I don't want to say just not giving up. I want to say it's precision. I want to say being precious. Is that even a word? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm getting tongue tied up in here. And I think it's, once everybody starts accepting no and that everyone cannot follow what they do because they're trying to, bring people so they can come to heaven with us. I believe there's multiple ways to go to heaven than just be religious. I believe there's multiple ways to even sin while you're in the church. So again, let's not go to religion because I will. I don't want that to be the main topic here, especially when it comes to spirituality. And I believe that you don't really have to believe what I do, but I believe that everyone should connect to a higher power. This does not have to be God. This can be the universe. This can be spirit. This can be Buddha. This can be anything that you believe. But I believe that you should believe in a higher power because then you're going to act, because there's I know a lot of people are atheists. So I don't want to force you into nothing. But there's a point where you have to ask someone higher than you, and it's not going to be your boss. And it's sometimes someone that you can't even see, but you can feel. You know what I mean? Your intuition is so strong. A lot of people don't believe that, but your intuition is so strong. That inner compass will never steer you wrong. And how you know that? If a situation or a person makes you feel uncomfortable, don't do it. That's your body telling you to back off and think of something else. Sometimes we don't listen to our intuition because we want something so bad, like a person. But there's something that our body just tells us. There's like this uncomfortable feeling like if I do this, it ain't gonna be good. But that's how we end up in a lot of bad situations. We don't listen to our inner knowing. We don't listen to ourselves. We don't listen to our bodies. And I tell people that listen to your bodies all the time. You're feeling uncomfortable for a reason. Sometimes that uncomfortable needs to be broken so you can get comfortable. But sometimes when it doesn't, when it just keeps on being uncomfortable, that's your sign to get the hell out of Dodge, okay? Do not collect $20. Do not pass go. Just leave. You are going to save yourself so much time if you just leave. Go with no questions asked. You do not need permission to say no. This is something I'm actually learning now, is that no is a complete sentence. And yes, we do not want to hear no. I get it. But sometimes no will save your life. And I will be honest, sometimes no can actually put you in a dangerous situation because people don't know how to take no. Which is their problem. They weren't raised right. I'm just going to say that right now. They were not raised right. If they cannot take no, if they cannot take a simple no, then they don't need to be around people. I said what I said. They do not need to be around people if they can't take no. A simple no. We're all going to hear no in our lives. And that's just the truth. And there's no reason that people should be using spirituality. Because I know a couple who use spirituality as an excuse. I know people who use spirituality as a way to just make money, just to make a joke. And some people take it seriously because it's their life's work. They get paid money. They help people. They connect people. Some people, again, think it's so evil. Why? Because of Hollywood. Because of Hollywood. It's nothing else but Hollywood making people think that what they're doing is evil. But a lot of spiritualists who do this and are good people. People, you see how people are using it. Some people take their craft very seriously because they have gotten results. They literally have people who have testimonies about it. And that's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And you don't always have to believe it. Like a lot of people do not believe in God. A lot of people don't believe in angels. A lot of people don't believe that there are orishas. If you don't know what orishas are African gods. Kind of like angels. But it's... Excuse me. It's just follow what you want to follow. Sometimes you have to try it out before you like it. Now, the one thing I won't recommend is Satanism. I don't recommend that. You will be attached to a lot of different beings and energies that you do not want to be attached to. So do not try Satanism. I don't condone that at all. You can be an atheist for all I care. You just don't do that. Don't bring that around my house. Don't. Don't. That will get you the quickest way. Do not tell me. Even though 9 times out of 10, I'm going to feel something weird up in my house. I will tell you, I will kick you to the curb and we will stand outside. Okay? Don't bring them beings up in my house. We don't do that here. Cause I know I just gotta wear that one of my like, and it'd be the attractive people doing the most stupidest stuff. It literally be the most finest people doing the most dumbest things. Talk about, I study Satanism. What? Oh, now that right there, I rebuke. Okay? That right there, I will rebuke in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the universe, my angels, my ancestors and guides. All that y'all could leave at the door. People are just, I don't know. People are weird. People will try anything and then end up doing some stupid stuff. Being very stupid, being very much, I'm going to do it because ain't nothing going to happen to me. Don't believe it. Don't believe what they said. They only telling you that because they want you to see what they want you to see. Is that spirituality does have its dark sides. Only if you let it have its dark sides, okay? Everything has a light and darkness. Everything has a polarity. Just because even not being in a religion, there is some darkness. Even not being in religion, there is light. Even without having a set spiritual situation, there's going to be some struggles. There's going to be darkness. It's not all cookies and cream. It's not all sunshines and rainbows. No. Because once you start connecting spiritually, once you start believing spiritually, then that higher power will put you through tests to test your faith in them. And sometimes them tests are crazy. Sometimes those tests will bring you down to your knees. And you always pass if you just say, this is for me, not to me. This is being done for me, not to me. It may seem like it. Some people fail because they believe that they believe a lot of things are being done to them. And they just start like, why me? Why this? Why that? Which I understand that because I've definitely had those moments where I'm just like, why did I have to go through this to learn this when I could just done that in the fifth? Sometimes we have to learn it in ways that we do not want or expect it. And that's just the way it has to be. And so I'm sorry, I think my phone vibrated there. But honestly, I think that's it for this. Just whatever I said, if it makes sense, if it resonated, take it. If it didn't, please leave out the door. I'm not trying to force nobody. I just want to have my first ever spirit talk, especially that we're at 2 digits in this podcast. Let's just have a spirit talk and let's really talk about spirituality. And can't wait because, oh my God, 2023 is exciting. I can't wait to bring more people on. Oh my gosh. Woo-wee. That's going to be exciting. So, Again, if you like this on my YouTube viewers, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you are streaming this, listening to it, please like this. Please share with your families, your cousins, brother, sister, mother, daddy, auntie, grandma, grandpa, third cousin that was twice removed. Share it to everybody. Share it to people that you think should listen to this. Share it to people that you just share it, okay? But yes, I thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And I cannot wait. See you guys the next episode of Holla Ji podcast. Podcast.